What is up, guys, and welcome back to EarthBound. It's been a long time, but I'm gonna go ahead and skip that little fact like I always do. We're back here in Scaraba. Last time, months and months ago, was when we took down the Kraken to get here, because we're still heading south to see if we can find a pyramid to find an item so we can see in the dark. And I'm over here at the hotel, and I've gone ahead and done some inventory management between now and the last time I saw you guys. I need to get rid of some of my money, but I don't think I'm gonna die, at least not yet. As you can see, I've done a little bit of rearranging here. I got rid of things that I didn't need, and I even went all the way to Winnett to throw some things away and sell some things. And as you can see, I've got some random things on me, like these rust promoters. I'll get into that later, along with everything for Jeff. This is going to be an episode where I talk a little bit more about Jeff's items, because I don't think I have, and there's a few things I want to talk about for each of his items. Still have that broken bazooka. I am not smart enough. My IQ's not high enough to fix that yet, but we did get a few new items. For instance, we have the hungry HP sucker down there, which is the better version of the HP sucker. And I also bought 2 big bottle rockets, because we're going to need them. And Pooh's not holding much, because we're going to pick up some items. But yes, if you want to pick up some items for Jeff, here's where to go. I highly suggest getting only big bottle rockets, because that's going to be the most helpful. If you're not healed up, I definitely would. But I wouldn't do it here, because this guy charges a ton of money, because it's like the only room they have available is the deluxe room. So anyway, let's go ahead and head south. There's a lot of new enemies down here to cover. One very specific enemy that I just ran into. So if you remember from the desert, there was a green sprite that looked exactly like that. And wow, starting off with this guy, I'm gonna see if I can back attack him and not, or I'm gonna see if I can quickly turn around so I don't back attack him, because much like the guy in the desert, if you back attack and get a green swirl, you will win immediately and get a ton of experience. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can fake it out and get into an actual battle. Alright, so here we have the Master Criminal Worm. You definitely want to use your strongest attacks on this guy. He will use fire and destroy you, or at least do a ton of damage on everyone. He will give the highest experience yield of any normal enemy in the game. There's a very small amount of mid-bosses and bosses. I think there's like 1 mid-boss and then a few bosses that give off more experience than him, but those are like guardians. But yeah, so this guy, do not play around with him. I have a feeling that PSI Freeze Delta should finish it off, but since it's going to be much faster than we are, there's not really much else you can do, so I'm just going to hit him with all I've got. So yeah, 150, look at that, 180, 170, or 137 and 155. So I'm trying to get this off and mash on these buttons before we get knocked out, and look at that. Alright, let's check that. We got 20,000 experience each, so that's times 4, yeah, like 80-some thousand experience. But yeah, you definitely get really hurt trying to fight that thing all on your own. So I guess I can actually show off the hotel up here that's super expensive, because I was not expecting to run into that guy right off. So let's go ahead and head in here. I'll read some of this dialogue. This guy looks shifty. Welcome to the Great Southern International Resort Hotel. Our rooms range in price from $60 to $400 a night. Right now, we only have our super deluxe suite available. Yeah, we'll stay. So there goes a whole bunch of money. He basically warned us about scorpions there. He said, though, it's very unlikely that they will come out, but you never can tell. Alright, so we just spent a buttload of money to possibly get attacked by scorpions, but we have so much money, it's ridiculous. What you got to say, Holmes? Good morning, sir. Please allow me to read you from the local newspaper, the Scaraba Papyrus. Kraken, the evil sea monster, now gone forever. Well, there's some news here about, and then we just trail off and leave. I'm gonna go ahead and put some money in. Whoops. Well, that's how much money we have. We have over $66,000. I'm going to deposit some real quick. See, I can kind of, mess around here, because there's not too much to get done in this episode. or that I'm gonna get done in this episode. Because like I said, I want to show off some of Jeff's items, and there's a lot of new enemies down here, and the next area in the game is one of the harder areas, if not one of the harder ones. I actually kind of dread going to it, but we should be fine. And I love this music. And now we're in the desert. There's not too much to look around and find here. We are looking for a pyramid, and as you can see, there's some pyramids over here. There's a hint guy. These are the incorrect pyramids. Someone's already got sunstroke. Doing great. Great, Jeff. We'll go ahead and heal Jeff up. But yeah, there's a lot of new enemies down here. Some fairly dangerous ones, too. If I could just find some. But yeah, if you keep going this way, you'll find a guy who's selling water for a ton of money. It's expensive, though, so he even says so. It's good water, but no thank you. This is the actual... Who's got it now? Pooh. Pooh, you can heal yourself. I'm probably going to use Pooh as my healer for sunstroke and poison and stuff like that, just because of how annoying it is. Oh, hey, and we get our picture taken. I bet we all look fantastic just sweating out here. But yeah, this is the pyramid in which we want to see, but there we go. Let's take down some new enemies first. Once again, we've seen this guy not only in another area, but another game, except for this is a higher class one. This is the Dread Skelpion. Very, very dangerous, of course, because it can actually use poison, which is dangerous, but it can also use thunder. I should have mentioned this before I started off, but you definitely want to have your Franklin badge on Paula, because Paula's the weakest, yet the strongest at the same time. You can probably just bash it to death, but freeze and fire will do some damage to it too, and I think I'll use beta on it, just because I don't want to fall to poison too hard. Oh, wow. God. See, that's why you want to keep Paula alive, because Paula can do attacks like that and just destroy everything. So that was a Dread Skelpion. Dread Skelpion's, it's surprisingly, depending on who it's paired with, not the most dangerous enemy. However, now it's paired with something, so it's a little bit more deadly. Here we have the Great Crested Buka. Great Crested Buka is probably the easiest enemy around here, besides the Master Criminal Worm if you get a back attack on him. You can pretty much just take it down with standard attacks. I'm going to have Paula freeze beta on the Dread Skelpion again, just because I'm trying to avoid taking too much damage before we step into it. Oh, and Jeff is poisoned. Jeff is just causing all sorts of hell for us. Alright, so the smartest thing to do would be to heal Jeff now or after battle, because we got a smash attack. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, it's not actually hard to get to the pyramid without taking any enemies on, but since I'm trying to show off all the enemies, yeah. Stupid Jeff. Alright, let's see. So there's 2 more left, and they have the same sprite, and they like to hang out with each other a lot. Oh, I haven't been showing off weapons. Shoot. Why didn't you guys tell me I wasn't showing off weapons? I forgot that was completely my intentions for, part of this video. Alright, so we'll take on whatever's next, unless it's a Dread Skelpion. I'm hoping to find some Crested Bukas. Ah, there's a Dread Skelpion. I don't want to take those on. See if I can reload it, get a Crested Buka somewhere. Oh, that's helpful. I'm going to life up on whoever needs it. Let's see, who needs it? Ness is doing pretty good. Paula's doing pretty good. Jeff's actually doing pretty good. Everyone's actually doing pretty good, so I think I'll just take the PP. Alright. Shoot, come on. Oh, here we go, and these are probably 2 new enemies that I get to show off at the same time. Nope, same enemies, and Pooh's got sunstroke. Great. Pooh, it's because you're not wearing a hat. You're bald-headed. So here we have the high-class UFO. You can use your standard attacks to take them down, and it's actually a little bit safer to do that because they can put up a PSI shield and they can disrupt your senses as well. And they can also fire some deadly beams. These are probably the second most dangerous ones here, just because there's one more enemy that's very similar to these, but can do a little bit more damage to you. And I want to test something here. I'm going to bash this guy. And I'm going to try a Rust Promoter, because Rust Promoter does a lot of damage to metallic enemies. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about Jeff's stuff. So there's 2 things in here that will kill a shield. There's the shield killer. The only reason I have this is just to show off that it's one of Jeff's like items that can be used many a times. Everything in here, with the exception of the defense spray and the bottle rockets, can be used many times. So the shield killer, it can destroy shields, but it's a percentage chance based off of luck, I think. So if an enemy has a high amount of luck, it's not gonna kill its shield if it's got one up. The better choice to use, but a little bit more risky if you've got buffs on yourself, is the neutralizer. Neutralizer will work 100% of the time, but it will also take down all the PSI you've got set up on your own team and the enemy team. So since we don't have any set up, might as well do that, and I'm gonna have Pooh heal himself. So we've got 61 to Ness. That's a lot of damage. Like, they can do a lot of damage, and everyone's attacking Ness. But yeah, so that's the difference between the oh, didn't work. Well, that sucks. So I guess I'll try that on a different enemy. So I guess this isn't a metallic enemy. We'll bash that. Since we just used a neutralizer, we can use I'm just gonna see how much damage PSI Freeze Beta will do on this guy. But back to this, there's another thing you can do, is the HP Sucker and the Hungry HP Sucker. HP Sucker will suck from one enemy, and the Hungry HP Sucker will suck from multiple enemies, which is going to become very helpful in the next dungeon that we're going to. And I'm gonna have Pooh life up on Ness. Oh great, didn't work on Paula, that's good. So Hungry HP Sucker will drain from A and B, so all enemies, and it will heal Jeff. Unfortunately, it will not go to anyone else, but that's fine. I'm going to have Ness heal up Paula. I'm going to have Paula use Freeze. I like how I'm getting all strategic on these just 2 enemies, but I like it. Let's see, what else is there? There's the Defense Spray, which is one of the items that will be used up. It just raises your defense after you use it. And the counter PSI unit will basically it runs off of luck too, so it may or may not work, but it should disrupt the senses much like the duck will. So we'll give that a try, and I'm just gonna have Pooh bash. Hopefully it wasn't firing that at Paula, because Paula can't take a hit right now. Okay, so it didn't work. So it's luck-based. So it's actually kind of a useless item. There's a lot of useless items that you can use here. And the last but not least is the slime generator. I don't think it works on a lot of enemies. I think it have to be an organic enemy like in the first game. But it should make them like immobile for a turn or so. Oh, hit Jeff real hard. It did not work. Okay, yeah. So a lot of these items that he has are stupid, but some of them are actually really, really good. For example, the neutralizer is going to become key in certain areas, and the HP Sucker is going to be super helpful in the next area of the game. And I think I'm going to wander around for a little bit until I find the next enemy that I want to take down, because I do want to actually get into the pyramid today. Dread Skelpion, not what I'm looking for. So if I cut away here, I'm going to stop for just a second and cut away, and I'm going to get rid of some of these useless items. I'm going to have my sister come pick those up with the Escargot Express. I'm going to get rid of the HP Sucker, the Shield Killer, Counter PSI user unit, and the Slime Generator. I'll probably keep just the Defense Spray, just in case, Hungry HP Sucker, and the Bottle Rockets, of course, and the Neutralizer. But yeah, so there's one more enemy out here. Oh, that might be it. I'm gonna take it on real quick, because this might actually be it. Nope, that was not it. That was just a regular one. Oh, look at that. Except for the fact that I'm probably gonna warp away and heal for free. So yeah, I will see you guys in just a moment. There we go. Had to get Jeff with Sunstroke, but Bam! Here we have the beautiful UFO. It's much like another female UFO that we've seen before. It definitely is more dangerous than that one, and more dangerous than anything else out here, because a lot like the high-class UFOs, it can start with a shield, and it can life itself up as well as attack. Definitely want to take it out, because those beams do hurt, especially if you get hit by a few of them. No fun. I'm gonna try Rust Promoter on this again. Oh, and as you could probably have seen, it gives a lot of drops, so you're guaranteed something. What that something is just depends. So I think I'm gonna bash this. Actually, no, I'm going to heal up Jeff because it's gonna be helpful. Paula's just gonna have to bash for now, and I'm going to go ahead and use the neutralizer. Oh wait, no, I was gonna try the Rust Promoter. See if it works on this, because it probably won't. I think it has to be like on legitimate robots, but whatever. Gonna go ahead and use that neutralizer, and I'll have Pooh bash. So let's see if this Rust Promoter worked. Nope, does not work. So I guess it has to be like proper metallic enemies. Oh well, I could have swore this would have worked, but it's rare that I ever use those anyway. So we'll just have Paula freeze on it, and everyone else will shoot, except for Pooh, who will also freeze. That does not do a lot of damage, does it? So Pooh's not going to do hardly any damage here. Oh, but it did solidify it, so that's good. We were able to take it down, so let's go ahead and see what our item is. We got a Royal Iced Tea. Nice. That's one of the rare items you can get. I don't think there's an algorithm to depict what you get from it, but I think I think it truly is random. But that's one of the better items you can get, because if I'm not mistaken, it heals you up quite a lot. The highest quality tea, the highest quality tea produced by tea expert Mr. Y. Todar, who carefully selects only hand-picked tea leaves. Long ago, only aristocrats at a king's court were allowed to drink this tea. If you drink this, you will recover about 60 HP. So that's actually a really good drop. Oh, there's a stupid UFO. Let's see if I can despawn it. Alright, so if we were to look at the hieroglyph, it tells what order we're supposed to. It gives a little thing at the end. Paula, really? It's like .4325. That's actually the order you're supposed to dance in front of the Sphinx, which is what those dots are for. So I'm gonna heal Paula up real quick because she sucks. And we'll go ahead and talk to this Sphinx guy real quick. Are you a thief, a warrior, or one who has come to see my majesty? You must decide what you really are. Therefore, what will you do? And once you hear that chime, you've already stepped on the first one. And we're gonna have to battle this guy, aren't we? Okay, the UFOs have ridiculous speed too, because I missed about 9 attacks during that battle. Everyone's kind of in danger, you know, not doing great. Anyway, once you hear that chime, you've already stepped on the first one, so you want to go in order, stepping on these little plates. If you mess up, I believe that he will summon enemies. You don't have to start over. And then you get to this one, and you go back up to this one. And that will... Warriors, enter now. Search for the Hawkeye. That will open up the gate there. However, I'm actually not doing so great. I'm gonna avoid the... Oh my god, everything is coming to get me. Oh, jeez. Get stuck. Yeah! I'm going to go... Oh, jeez, why? Oh, this is just awful. If you couldn't tell, I'm trying to head back to town so I can call the episode up there. I wanted to call it Inside the Pyramid, but since I got really, really damaged during that UFO fight, I'm going to come up here and call it, and I'm going to heal up before the next episode. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time when we go into the pyramid and search for the Hawkeye.